Okay, Bobcat, I would like to know why you thought it was a good idea to put the pull handle on this clasp down so that when I open this door, it pushes down and levers against my knuckles. Why? That's a finger breaker. You bust that open and you go down fast, that thing is coming down on the back of your hand. Which means I gotta use two hands to open this. Why can't I just pull it like this and open it? Doesn't that make sense? It's backwards, come on. It's a handle, you just freaking point it the other way, man. Come on. Jeez. "50-hour interval. Engine oil and filter. Check condition operation of hydraulic fluid." Okay. Hydraulic fluid is every 10 hours, so that's just redundant. Controls, undercarriage, track tension. I think O just means, yeah, check the undercarriage for damage, make sure none of the bolts are coming out. Looks good. It's all scraped up from driving over rocks and debris. So, don't know what I'm supposed to check. It doesn't say anything. It just wants you to look under there. Here you go. You see that little doorway right there? That bolt has to come off. That holds a little plate on here, okay? Bolt, plate. Plate stops that big nut from turning, okay? This thing tells you how you spaced on the blocks. Picture shows you spacing it in the slot right there. Here you go. Oh, okay. 4.5 inches. That's 4.5 inches from tab to tab. There's a shiny surface here. It's like it's shiny, okay? And over here is like a black surface with some kind of rounded thing protruding off of it. I don't know what that is. But you're measuring, there's like a little lip right there where there's clearly something straight and flat that goes up and down. There's just a tiny lip right there. So you measure from that to that as indicated by these two arrows right here. I put the little plate back. So that plate is a 4.5 inch measuring tool basically. And it doesn't go in far enough to actually insert in between the blocks. It barely touches, and only if you hold it just right. So I guess that's to prevent you sticking it in there and leaving it there while you tighten or loosen, because that could definitely cause some problems. So I discovered that basically to increase the distance between the blocks, you turn that screw clockwise, which is counterintuitive because I was thinking if the blocks are going farther apart, you're tightening the tracks, but that's actually not true. So turns out I actually needed to loosen the tracks just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side now. Same process. Take that little bolt out, that little teeny bolt, remove the plate, and then gauge the blocks, and then adjust for the blocks. I need to replace my oil. Holy mackerel, dude. 12 quarts of special oil. Remove the access cover. Located behind the tilt cylinder. There it is right there. See that little door? That's where we're going. Check it out. Oh, you looky there, it's got a little pecker. So you unscrew that, and that's how you get the oil out. I'm not doing it because I don't have new oil. I didn't expect my first oil change to come so soon. Open the access cover on the left side. Here's the door on the left side of the machine, right here next to the exhaust, see? Open this. Wow, Bobcat. Well, aren't you clever? Let's just go ahead and take this all the way off. Come on, Bobcat. Think before you build. So they want you to open this door up, but they want you to open the hood. So I'm in my shop, I can't get the hood to open. So I'm gonna bust this bad boy out. Oh, it's a different size, of course. Why wouldn't it be? Ah, okay, 1/2 inch. If I have a wrench, am I allowed to open the door then? I see the oil filter. So after you remove the thumb screw, which it does no benefit because you still have to take a 1/2 inch wrench and take that screw out to get the door open, because you got a bolt right here holding something together. I don't know what. Hold something on though, I promise. I promise. There's your oil filter, and you take that out, stick another one on, lube up the sealing surface with some oil, as always. Put it back together. Fill from the top. Let's see where it tells you to fill from. Okay, there's your fill hole for oil. Right there on top of the engine, it says oil. See? Easy to use, easy to read. Wow. It's got nice threads. It's plastic. That's where you put your oil. So you need a funnel, otherwise you'll make a big mess. Okay? Alright, good talk. I'm glad we had this talk. They weren't even thinking about the service doors. They really weren't. Why would you even have a thumb screw right there? It has no meaning. Same thing over here. Come on, man. Look, right there. For your, I mean, you can get to the filter, the fuel filter from here, but it's not opening all the way, man. I mean, what is this, like an afterthought? And that screen is bolted on with a freaking I mean, look at all those bolts, dude. You could have found another way to attach that. I mean, little screws or something. I mean, I don't know. Space that out a little bit, you know, or something. But anyway, yeah, that's okay. Extra hardware helps you take stuff apart when you need to get it off later. That's what it does. It's a clever solution to a problem. Okay, so I'll change my oil another day. I don't have the oil or the filter. And Bobcat is like half an hour from me, and I'm pretty sure they're closed right now because it's afternoon on a Saturday. Every 50 hours you have to do those services in addition to the 10-hour. Track tension, controls, I use it so controls work. Undercarriage, hydraulic, engine oil. That's it. So there you go, don't forget to grease. I will make a couple comments about this. I have a friend who's got the M18 version of this, and I don't really know. M18 gives you the ability to hit a button on the battery and tell how much battery life you have left. I bet you can probably get a lot more grease out of the gun with that, but this uses an infinitesimal amount of energy. I mean, it's just a teeny little pump. And it's convenient, and it's handheld, and it's got feet so you can set it on a flat surface. So I like it. It's cool to have just a trigger squeeze, because when you're going for certain angles on a machine, you're in there with like a straight rod, because a straight rod is much easier to use for most applications than flexible. So this came with the flexible in the kit because all you do is stick it on there and squeeze a trigger. You don't have to hold it straight. I mean, if you need to hold it straight, you hold it straight with this. It's easy to do, and you're not pumping a handle. So pumping a handle, and look, I mean, it's good for the pros, but just remember, you've only got two hands. So one hand, if you're having to hold the flexible tube in there just right on the fitting so that the grease goes in, then your other hand is able to pump, and then your third hand is required to hold the actual tube. So as you can see, it's basically impossible to do unless your tip holds perfectly, which for some reason I can't seem to get my tips hold perfectly, unless they're actually the only ones that I can get to hold perfectly are the lock-in lubes. But this tip came with the Milwaukee gun and it works really good. I like it. It definitely saves me from a lot of the hassle greasing my my machine. So I thought that'd be a good plug for you guys because it's just handy to have around. It's expensive but handy. So sorry for all the distractions, but that's what you do at the 50-hour mark, and the 100 and the 150 and so on till the end of time. Actually, let me check the book on the oil change. Yeah, man. Okay. So every 100 hours replace, it says. The 50 interval says first time only replace after 50 hours, and then thereafter it's every 100 hours. So I guess at the 100-hour interval I'll probably do it, just because if I'm multiples of 100 it makes a lot more sense. Sorry about that, it's starting to rain. So hope you've been benefited from the video. It's a pretty simple process, and good luck out there with your machines.